All right. I'm alive. I'm not dead. There's this common assumption that when I don't upload for a day, everybody just assumes I died. Or, well, normally I update you guys. Normally, like 9 times out of 10, when I don't upload, like it's normally because I'm sick. Unless some crazy shit happens. Like I think during the month that Until Dawn was out, it was like 45 videos or something like that in that month. And I ended up missing 1 day at the end of that. And then people just assumed I died. I'm alive, okay? I promise. I won't die unless a car crashes straight into my window. Which honestly, I've thought about it before. Like I wouldn't put it past people. I wouldn't put it past if somebody hated my guts, hated me to the point of murder, figured out where I live, somehow managed to get a head start and just plow straight through this window with their car. I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't. There are times when I hear like an airplane or something flying above my house and it sounds really close to where I'll actually start thinking that this plane is gonna try to land on my house. Think about it all the time. I mean, it's not impossible. As far as what was wrong with me, I felt like I was gonna die, basically. Honestly, I didn't know what the problem was. Like, it just felt like there was something in my stomach. It felt like an alien impregnated me. Like its baby was just growing inside of my stomach and it could just burst out at any moment. It actually felt like a twisting, wrenching, sharp pain in my stomach. I don't know what it was, but whenever I moved, it hurt really bad. So I mean, it's gone for now. Please don't come back. Kind of felt like that stabbing feeling. You know when you run for a really long time and your side starts hurting? Yeah, kind of felt like that, but in my stomach. It feels like I ate a box of sharpened pencils. It was awful, honestly. Like, anyway, with all that time that I had to rest and, you know, hope that my stomach didn't explode, I had a lot of time to sleep. And, well, speaking of planes, I had a dream about a plane. I had a dream that I was in my middle school. And, okay, please don't judge me on this. It's a really weird dream. I've had stories about dreams that I've had before and people were just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, honestly, I kind of want to go back to a psychiatrist or something like that and ask them what my dreams actually mean. I would say that more than half of my dreams involve me dying or somebody else getting killed or some sort of traumatic event. I don't know if that's because of like anxiety or something or there's some sort of deep-rooted thing inside of my brain where it's like I'm running away from something and now I have dreams about people dying or some shit. I don't know. Dreams can mean some really weird things. Like, I've looked at charts before and I've never found anything like similar to mine. Actually, I'll diagnose myself. Fuck it. I have dreams about people dying. Dreaming is considered a sign of a healthy and interactive mind, and it helps the brain to transfer the thoughts that are in your temporary memory into your permanent memory. What does it mean to have death-related dreams? Death-related dreams are usually covered with an intense feeling that takes your sleep away. Okay, so apparently dreaming of death means I have a feeling of guilt or fear to be judged by somebody. I'm just a scared person, or I could be psychologically disturbed. Fucking great. Having dreams about people dying is an indication of pregnancy. What? Oh no, I ain't looking at this shit no more. No. This is like the shit that you search up when you're like, I have a stomach ache, and then you go and read into it and you think you have cancer or some shit. Never Google symptoms. Ever. Because you're gonna assume the worst case scenario, and in this situation now I think I'm pregnant. I'm a man, pretty much. Am I a guilty person? I normally try my best to avoid things I won't feel guilty about. I have felt guilty before. This dream ended up taking place inside of my middle school. I don't remember it too vividly. I only remember 2 specific spots. So in my middle school, I remember specifically there was like a big field, there was a couple of bleachers, there was a basketball court, and then there was just like a random blacktop, I guess, where people parked, but it wasn't used for parking. It was just used for like recess. You could park there, but nobody did. Everybody just used it for recess. And there was a giant log that everybody would like sit on. It was massive. I remember walking outside. I don't know why I was out there. I don't know why I was in middle school either, because I looked like myself. Like I remember like feeling my face and I had a beard and everything. I didn't have a full beard in middle school. I had just like the little thingy. And I didn't have long hair either. I would have remembered, because trust me, after you have long hair for at least a year straight, getting rid of it is a very strange feeling. Like I still have random spasms in my neck where I try to do like a random hair flip. And that's when I realized that I didn't do hair flips in order to get hair out of my face. I just did it to try to look elegant or some shit. Just know that any guy that you see walking around that has long hair, whenever he does a hair flip, he's doing it to look cool. Not because his hair is actually in his face and it's blurring his vision. Oh, of course it does blur his vision, but it doesn't bother him that much. He's just trying to look really cool. Trust me. Take that from a guy that had long hair, okay? I had long hair just to talk to girls in middle school. That was it. That was the sole reason I had long hair. I liked it. It was nice, but that was the sole reason. Anyway, I'm walking outside and it's nighttime, okay? And I remember that everybody was standing outside. We were in this field just walking, and we looked up and you could see, you know how planes have like that little light on it and it blinks and you can see it in the night sky? It's just like flying and it just blink, 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 blink. Well, we saw it, and this plane was just kind of close. Like, it was kind of close to the ground. And kind of close as in, like, you know, hundreds of feet above us, but, like, really close for a plane. And all I remember is this plane started, like, turning sideways. I heard a girl scream, and the plane just fucking explodes. It just explodes, and all of this shit just comes flying down, crashes on the ground. Okay, and it wasn't, like, directly above me. It was in the distance. It exploded. Everything hit the ground. It was this loud boom, and there was, like, a shockwave and shit. This plane explodes, everybody scatters and runs, okay? And there's these trailers outside. I run into these trailers. I didn't have any regard for whoever was living there, nothing. Just run in there, open the door, just smash through the door completely. There was a girl that followed me, and I remember that when I smashed into, like, this trailer place, we ended up waking up the people that were in the place. And for some reason, these people weren't disturbed at all by the exploding fucking plane and screams and all of the people scattering outside, the mayhem. And for some odd reason, I mean, I would have, in reality, I would have left if they told me to leave. But I mean, in that situation, actually, no, I wouldn't have. I would have stayed inside of their house whether they liked it or not, because I ain't trying to fucking die. I just watched a plane explode. I don't know what the fuck is going on. You can yell at me later, but for now, I'm gonna cling on to you for dear life, and you're gonna like it. There was a girl that followed me into this place in the middle of the panic, and I remember that I walked through their hallway. I walked down their hallway, and actually their hallway is modeled after mine, so I guess that makes sense in my dream. I walked down this hallway, go into this room, and there's a girl in there trying to sleep. And when I went into the room, she woke up. Now, the one girl that was running in with me ended up going in there with me, and then these two just started talking to each other, and then they started making out. In front of me. I don't understand. There was just an explosion, and then this girl just wants to have sex with this random... My dreams make no sense. They're just filled with people dying, sex, and just really fucked up things. So that was one of the dreams that I remembered. I had a couple more, but they weren't anything like that one. I've had dreams about people being, like, sacrificed and shit, and be for Illuminati. But yeah, if anybody could tell me if, you know, I'm pregnant, or psychologically fucking insane, or I'm a sociopath, or something of that sort, I mean, if you're an experienced doctor, subscribe to some random nerd on the internet, me. Diagnose me, please. Just let me know.
Holy shit, it's fucking Jev.
Hi.
I'm about to rip his asshole open.
Huh? So in about 8 or 9 hours, I'm gonna go to the doctor. Gonna go get my ear checked out. Hopefully everything's okay. I swear if I'm actually like super accurate on the whole cyst overreacting situation thing that I thought before, my life is actually over, and I hope all of you guys that watch my videos will... I don't know. Leave a comment like, rip Jev something. If I do actually have cysts like in my head, I'm gonna die. My life is actually over. My head's just gonna get filled with liquid and my head's gonna implode. I feel like because I live my life so safely, because I don't take any risks, I'm just gonna die from the dumbest shit. Or just some crazy medical condition or something. Like, I don't know. How the fuck could somebody that sits inside all day die? Other than maybe like blood clots in their legs and shit. I don't know. I spend so much time inhaling air conditioning, and it just so happens the person that installed the central air within my house also worked on cars back in like the 1950s or some shit, and from working on those cars they had residue of asbestos on their fingertips because back then they used it on brake pads. That day he changed the car's brake pads, he goes upstairs, starts installing our central air, and the asbestos just spread throughout my household. 40 years later, this asbestos has never lost its form. It just kept blowing around my household, and I just kept recycling it within my room because the door is closed, breathing it in, breathing it out, breathing it in, breathing it out, and I died. That is some bullshit way I would die. So I'm gonna go to the doctors, all right? Gonna get fixed, it'll be attended to, and everything will be fine. My hearing will be saved. Hashtag save Jev's ear. I don't know what it is about going to a doctor's, but there's this atmosphere. There's a weird tension in the air. I can't be the only person that ever feels it. Maybe I'm just ridiculous for even thinking like this. Back when I was a kid, when I went to go get physicals, I was like, you know what? This can't be that bad. Why? Because I know at the end of the day that they're gonna... I knew at the end of the day that they were gonna touch my balls. See, I always had a female doctor. Always had a female doctor. I never had like a creepy man doctor that like, you know, touched the bottom of my sack or some shit. And when I was a little kid, whenever just the thought of boobies or something like that, I was ready to go. When I was a little kid, I would ask my friends, I'm like, you guys get physicals, right? And they would talk about, oh, I'm scared that when they go to check my balls, I'm gonna get a boner or something like that. Okay, if there's any of you girls watching right now, controlling a boner is more difficult than you know. Sometimes it has a mind of its own. You can't. It just happens. Sometimes at the worst times possible. Things that aren't even like fitting to the situation. Eating dinner, boner. Taking a shower, boner. Tying your fucking shoes, boner. It's just random. You don't know. You don't know when it's gonna happen. It's a surprise. It's something that has plagued man for centuries. I'm like, hey, when you get physicals, what do you do? They're like, what do you mean, what do I do? And I'm like, what do you do to like, you know, keep yourself from, you know, I'm scared that it'll happen because I'll be afraid. I don't want them to see. And most of them just express it like, oh, they don't want anybody to see that they're getting a boner, like they're ashamed of it. They're like scared that the doctor's gonna see. Me, I didn't care. I full on flaming raging one. I let it go. I didn't care. I let her look at it in plain sight. She'd probably look at me funny like, God damn, what the fuck is wrong with this kid? I feel bad for my doctor, to be fair. I'm 21 years old. She's still my doctor to this day. Next time I get a physical, I think I'm actually just gonna like speak to her. I'm gonna actually like try to get to know her because this is a bond that we share. She has examined me my entire life, growing from a child to a bigger child. I can't call myself a man anymore. I cringe a little bit. I'm gonna be 40 years old. I'm still gonna call myself a kid. Last time that I had this problem, I ended up having like a cut in my ear or something, and it swelled over my eardrum or something. Now I think it's just wax because I just went to sleep and woke up and it was gone, like I said. Now I got a bunch of messages from people saying like, oh dude, you gotta clean your ears out. And I'm like, all right, what do I clean my ears out with? I'm like, okay, so tell me how the fuck I clean my ears. You're gonna tell me Q-tips, right? And then they go, oh no, you don't want to use Q-tips because it presses some wax even further into your ear. Then they go and tell me, hey, you should put peroxide in your ear. I'm not pouring a single chemical that's over 2 syllables long into my ear. You got me fucked up. So by the time you're seeing this video, my hearing will be fixed, or I'll be deaf in one ear, and I'll be the first phase member with one ear. It's pretty fucking cool though. Most people recognize me from like, I guess like a beard and a pink headset. Now I can involve having one ear. It's a work in progress. Wait, can you take down an emergency airdrop with this?
Sorry.
What the fuck? I missed it. Hello? Okay. Yeah, I'll let you guys know how it goes.